All right, I'm going to go ahead and show how to divide these two polynomials using long division. So first thing you need to do is set up your long division symbol. Now the divisor, so the number that you're dividing by, always goes on the outside. And the dividend goes on the inside. So the dividend in this case is 2x squared minus 3x plus 4. Now I have this side work menu, that's so you understand where I'm getting my numbers from. If it helps you to write out the side work, please do it. If it doesn't help you, you're not required to write it. Okay, so essentially long division is a series of the same two steps over and over and over again. So the side work, I'm going to go ahead and show you what those two steps are, but I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to do that. Part A represents the first time through these two steps. Okay, so step one, what you do is you take the dividend's leading coefficient and divide it by the divisor's leading coefficient. So the inside number divided by the outside. Notice I'm only looking at the first terms. I don't care about everything else. 2x squared divided by 2x, if I simplify that, gives me just plain old x. Now I put that number on the top. So the first step, you always put the number on top. Notice that I am lining it up with like terms. That's good practice. Okay, so that's our first step, easy enough. Second step is you take that number you put on top, the x, and you multiply it by the divisor. Remember, the divisor is what's on the outside. So in this case, 2x plus 1. And I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So an x times 2x is 2x squared, and x times 1 is a 1x. Now that value that we just got, I'm going to circle it. You're going to put it on the bottom this time. Now the bottom being right underneath like terms. So the 2x squared will go underneath the other x squared term, and the x will go underneath the other term with an x. Now, if you remember long division from elementary school, this is where you just subtract everything. I personally like to change everything to an addition problem though. I do that by switching the sign. So I change this to a plus and I switch every sign inside, and then I add straight down. 2x squared plus a negative 2x squared is 0. So I just cross it out. Negative 3x plus a negative x is a negative 4x. And then this plus 4, we're not adding anything to it, so I bring that straight down. Now, guess what? We just went through our first two steps. We get to do it all over again. Like I said, it's just a series of the same steps over and over again. However, this time, we're going to look at the negative 4x with the 2x, anything that's below the line. So first step, remember, we take the inside number, divide it by the outside. So if negative 4x divided by 2x. If you simplify that, you get negative 2. Remember, we put whatever that number is in step 1, put it on top. So I'm going to put a minus 2 on top. Then we go to step 2. And I'm going to take that negative 2 I just found and multiply it by the divisor once again. So 2x plus 1. And then I distribute. So I get negative 4x minus 2. Remember, I put that on the bottom once I get that. It's right underneath here. And then once again, I subtract everything. And I personally like to switch signs. You don't have to. This is a Miss Booth preference. And then I go ahead and add straight down. Negative 4x plus 4x is 0. 4 plus 2 gives me 6. Now, I could keep going. Remember, if I could do part C now, step 1 would be take my inside number, so the first inside number divided by the first term of the divisor. However, if you look at that, if you simplify that, you're going to have an x in our denominator. We don't want that. If you ever end up with an answer where you have an x in your denominator, that tells you you have ended up, well, you found, I should say, the remainder. Oh, my eye got hidden in there. So this is our remainder, which means we are actually close to the final answer. The way we write remainders in our class is you take the remainder and put it on top of a fraction. You add it to your answer on top and divide it by whatever the divisor is. In this case, 2x plus 1. And then you circle everything that's on top there, and that would be your final answer.